All right, welcome back to Experience Distilled. John Little and I have joined together to help distillers face the headwinds that are facing our industry right now. This is part four of our interview with Matt McGinnis from Big Thirst. So, Matt, thank you again for joining us. You've given us some incredible information. If you haven't seen parts one, two, and three, you've given us some incredible information on online sales, online platforms, direct to consumer, risks, rewards, how to make a little money on distribution. But yeah, here we are in part four. And so, yeah, let's jump into it. Tell us about Big Thirst. What is it that you do and how do distillers work with you?
Yeah, Big Thirst is an infrastructure for helping to market and sell beverage alcohol. And we started in 2014 as a marketing agency for wineries, breweries, and distilleries. And we grew to add consulting services. And then during the pandemic, we recognized that we had to help our clients find a route to market when everything was closed. So we established an e-commerce platform. And the way we do that is we put buying technology on a spirits brand or a distillery's website to make it look like a consumer is buying directly from them. And then we do all the back end things to make sure that that product gets from ordering from a distillery's website to their doorstep. So that's,
So,
in a nutshell, what we do.
you mentioned this earlier in one of our earlier segments, which is everybody in the industry, including Donald and I, we've been using the term DTC. And that's everybody wants to talk about it. It's like the term, it's like everybody talking about AI now. It's
Yeah.
all the
buzzword of the
talk
day.
and the buzzword of the day. But the reality of it is it's not direct to consumer, right?
Correct.
Is there because of the way the process works. So is there a term that you prefer? Is it DTC versus e-commerce versus online retail? How do you what phrase or what terminology do you prefer? And tell me why that is.
So e-commerce is the most general term for it, and online sales is a generic term for it. But I think everybody understands when you say e-commerce, it means online sales, and so that's what we use. And
Okay.
if you want to sound nerdy, you can say white label, meaning we put your tech on your website. We've also gone into omni-channel, if you want to get even more nerdy. And what that means is we work with a partner so that you go to one of our clients' websites, we're using omni-channel, you can buy through our shipping, ship through Big Thirst, or um, based on your IP address when you come to the website, it finds closest to you for delivery, fastest to you, or pick up at the store, or best price. So you can buy no
Hmm.
matter what, you can get it today within hours, or drive over and pick it up, or get it shipped to you through us. So we make it as easy as possible to buy no matter what. So we call it e-commerce, we call it omnichannel, call it online sales, doesn't matter. What our goal is to help our clients sell products quickly, easily, efficiently.
Wow, very cool. I I will say I some craft distiller I was working with, they released a ready to drink cocktail,
Yeah.
right? In a can, right? Now liquid is heavy, right? Liquid is
Yep.
voluminous, it's heavy, and the shipping cost was as much as expensive as the four pack, right? So, if the four pack was $15, the shipping was 20, right?
Yeah.
Because it's heavy. In this case, it was cans, but it can be glass. It can be, liquid is heavy. Where's that right balance between a craft distillery offering a product where shipping becomes not cost prohibitive? Like,
With something that's lower cost like RTDs, it's always good to bundle them. Say, sell them as an 8 pack, sell them as a 24 pack. And we have a
mm,
lot of clients who do that. Same thing with a lower cost, like, bottled spirit. If it's vodka or something, that's less expensive. Sell it as a 3 pack, your three flavored vodkas or whatever it is. So it's because shipping is expensive no matter what. And if you're a wine consumer, you already know that. I'm belong to wine clubs, and I've been a wine buyer for years, decades. And, if I buy 3 bottles of wine, I'm paying upwards of 50, 60, 75 bucks for shipping. Now,
Yeah.
Big Thirst has flat rate for $20 one bottle to six, or for RTDs, 4 pack, 24 pack. It's based on carrier rates, UPS, FedEx, others like that. And when a brand works with us, they can choose to subsidize that as a marketing cost, or incent consumers to buy more to make it feel better. Now, we always see that consumers usually, our average checkout is 2.2 bottles or 2.2 packages
Hmm.
year in, year out, the last 5 years, because people see that shipping cost like, oh, I might as well get two.
Yeah. Well, and I always think, when someone's offering free shipping, it's not really free. Someone's
No,
eating
someone
that
pays for it.
margin, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of like if I'm a craft distiller and I want to get some additional margin from these sales, but I'm not making any money, it's kind of like, okay, where's that balance, right? Um,
Free
hopefully,
is rarely free, Donald. Free is
Free
well,
is
better
rarely
tempered
agreed,
free
free.
is
agreed.
included.
You can
That's
bake
right.
it into your retail price, and we have clients who
Right.
do that. They'll
Sure.
mark up their retail price by 5, $10 and then drop the shipping. That's fine. Or they take a reduced margin on, buy three, get it free. Whatever it is, and free shipping is a huge incentive because Amazon made everyone think that that's what happens.
That's
But
right.
it really is expensive no matter what. And it's worse. I don't know why, but it's worse than the wine industry.
Well, we've got, if I get something that's high proof, it's glass, it's fragile, um, how many millions of these wine bottles that are all the same exact size, the exact same shipper, right? But now if I've got you know, all of these are different size bottles, right? Everything in the
Yeah.
back, right? So,
Yeah, and that's the thing. The shippers we work with, I don't have one handy, but they accommodate different sizes, and then we use different packaging material to accommodate, what you have behind you and what I have behind me, various sizes and shapes. Yeah.
yeah, none of that is free, right? Someone's got to
No.
pay for it, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, can you think of an example of your most successful client who connected with Big Thirst, who saw an increase in sales, or, give me a success story of someone
Okay.
who worked
Yeah.
with Big Thirst.
We have a client who switched from one of our largest competitors, and they'd been selling online with this big company that everyone's heard of before. And they switched to us. And in their first year, their online sales increased by 200%.
Well, not bad.
And they gave me two reasons why that was. And the first one was we reduced the number of steps it takes for someone to check out, the amount of things that they had to do to buy. We make it really easy for people to buy online. And that's number one. We understand consumer behavior in, as marketing agency guys, we understand how to get them there and how to help them buy. And so that was the first thing. The second thing is, and I mentioned this in earlier, because we're a marketing agency first, we also built our platform with that in mind. So we have a wonderful data dashboard that has fantastic information to help marketers improve what they're doing. So they use their data to do better lookalike advertising, better retargeting, better email marketing. So reduced friction in the sale, better targeting in their advertising, 200% increase in their sales in the first year over what they had been doing successfully before.
Wow. Wow, that's quite impressive.
That's a big
Yeah.
number.
And
Yeah.
we know that when someone uses us for advertising or public relations or anything like that, we know because we can see the stats, their sales go up. And when if they for budget reasons or whatever, they decide not to continue, OND's over, we're going to stop running ads. Sales just plummet because marketing works. And we know
Well,
how to do it.
seasonality for sure, right?
All we do is marketing for beverage alcohol.
Yeah, very cool. All
Yeah.
right. So someone's watched these 4 episodes. They're excited to work with you and your team. What's the next step? What do the craft distiller need to do to get a hold of you guys to connect with you and see if it's the right fit for an online platform?
Yeah, the fastest thing to do is look at bigthirst.com.
Okay.
And at bigthirst.com, you can see what we do. There's a button to sign up if you were just eager to go. There's links to drill down deeper, and there's connections, for email. Success at Big Thirst success@bigthirst.com is our email address, and that goes to a handful of us. That can help out with getting people started. So yeah, I mean that's the easiest way. We get a lot of information through help at Big Thirst, but that's our customer service folks. But our team, um, anybody on the team knows how to direct people back to the right folks to get started. But success@bigthirst.com is our email address for getting started. But really, browse the website, and check us out. And we have a store called shop.bigthirst.com, and you can see all the brands that work with us. And that's a quick way of saying, okay, shorthand for those brands trust Big Thirst. I know I can too.
Very cool. Are you going to be at any of the big conferences this year? I know conference season is almost upon us.
We like to go to ADI and ACSA. Sometimes we go to Discus, but most likely we'll be at two or three of them. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right.
We've
Well, if
got,
any of these distillers see
almost
you at
every year we can't miss ACSA because our chief operating officer, Mark Schilling, is on the board. So yeah,
so if you're in Sacramento, go and say hi to Matt and his team. If you're in Miami for ADI, go and say hi. And yeah, all right. Well, Matt, thank you so much. You're our first
Appreciate it,
official
Matt.
guest. We really appreciate your time and cheers, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.
really appreciate it. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, thanks.